you people. That's what you said, right, Jim?
You people. Well, am I beneath you?
Definitely.
Imagine becoming a powerful leader in America's most influential unions and enterprises. Imagine you have access to millions of dollars, loyal followers, and connections to the highest levels of politics and business. Imagine you can achieve anything you want and no one can stop you. If you are excited by any of these, this is for you. In this video, I will share with you business secrets from Anthony Provenzano that are not taught in any school anywhere. Even though many people see Tony Pro as egoistic and high-tempered, he possesses some of the greatest lessons that can be learned and replicated. Stay tuned as you are about to discover how to develop a winning mindset, a clear and compelling strategy, and many other great secrets from Anthony Provenzano. So,
can't wait.
Many people know Anthony Provenzano, Tony Pro, as being arrogant, greedy, and reckless in most of his actions. This is because the mainstream media talked about Tony Pro's ego and temper often got him into trouble and conflicts with other people, including Jimmy Hoffa, his rival in the union. The fact is, all the media talks about are how Tony made enemies with law enforcement who wanted to bring him down. However, they fail to discuss his mindset in his business dealings. So, one of the greatest business secrets that can be learned from Anthony Provenzano is mindset, the importance of being ambitious, determined, and resourceful in pursuing your goals and business objectives regardless of opposing external forces. How is this seen in Tony's life? Tony Pro was a high school dropout who rose to become a powerful leader in the Teamsters union and the Genovese crime family. A great foot that can only be achieved with a rock-solid mindset. He was not afraid to use force or intimidation to achieve his objectives and protect his interests. He also had a strong network of allies and associates who supported him, helped him advance his career, and made him a feared opponent in any realm. As Andrew Tate, one of the greatest mindset advocates, always say,
"My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with sheer indefatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor."
Even though a rock-solid mindset is a great deal for business, it is a minor secret that can be learned from Tony Pro. If you are excited to learn more, give us a like.
It's a big thumbs up.
Tony Pro knew that to handle a business well, you must create a clear and compelling strategy aligning with your purpose and passion. Not only that, he knew that the critical elements of a good business strategy consist of ingredients such as vision, mission, goals, and competitive advantage. Strategy was a hallmark of Tony Pro. So, one of the greatest business lessons that can be learned from Anthony Provenzano's strategy is the importance of having a clear and compelling vision, mission, and goals for your business or organization. Tony Pro had a strong sense of what he wanted to achieve and how he wanted to do it. He aligned his interests and activities with those of the Genovese crime family and the Teamsters union and leveraged his influence and resources to advance his position and power. He also had a keen understanding of his target market and competitive advantage and knew how to create value and demand for his services. An example of Tony Pro's strategy can be seen in his involvement in eliminating Anthony Castellitto, the Secretary-Treasurer of Local 560 and his union rival. Tony Pro aimed to eliminate Castellitto, who was challenging his authority and control over the union. Tony Pro also wanted to take over Castellitto's pension fund worth millions of dollars. Tony Pro's strategy was successful as he became the president of Local 560 and gained access to the pension fund due to the element I mentioned earlier as crucial parts of strategy. You can have a clear strategy and mindset, but there are some greater than these two that can be learned from Tony Pro. Before we continue, this channel creates exclusive documentary content on the most curious things you want to know, important things the mainstream media won't cover, and things companies and governments don't want you to see. So, if you are excited about these things, kindly subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
One secret is needed to turn mindset and strategy into reality. That secret is effective execution, which was the superpower of Anthony Provenzano. So, Anthony Provenzano was a master of effective execution. One possible lesson that can be learned from Anthony Provenzano's execution is the importance of being efficient, effective, and accountable in delivering your services to your customers or clients. Even though many people thought it was unethical, that Tony Pro's execution was often based on violence, corruption, and extortion, Tony Pro was known for his ability to execute his plans and projects, whether they were legal or illegal, with speed, precision, and quality. He managed his time, resources, and tasks so well and could delegate or outsource when necessary. He also measured and improved his performance and results and took responsibility for his actions. Imagine what one can do with these qualities within their business venture of any form. Getting all three secrets talked about together is excellent. But Tony's life taught us about the most remarkable business secret of all. Are you ready to know? Hit the like button for that.
It's a big thumbs up.
One of the most outstanding qualities of the world's most successful people is being accountable in leading yourself and others to achieve a common goal. Even though some of Tony Pro's leadership was often based on violence and intimidation, Tony had extreme leadership and accountability qualities. So, Anthony's life shows how important leadership and accountability is. Anthony Provenzano's leadership was based on the importance of being influential, motivational, and empowering in leading yourself and others to achieve your goals. Tony Pro was a charismatic and persuasive leader who could attract and retain many followers and supporters in the Teamsters Union and the Genovese crime family. Tony Pro inspired and motivated his team members to work hard and perform well, and rewarded them with recognition and benefits. He also empowered his team members to take the initiative and responsibility and delegate or outsource when necessary. An example of Tony Pro's leadership can be seen in his feud with Jimmy Hoffa, the president of the Teamsters Union. Tony Pro and Hoffa were initially allies and friends who worked together to expand the union's power and influence. Tony Pro's leadership style was aggressive and confrontational. A clear example of Tony Pro's leadership style was that of Al Capone. Capone was also a charismatic and influential leader who had many followers and supporters in the criminal underworld and the public. In our exclusive recent documentary, we unmasked Al Capone's secrets about the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, one of the most notorious events in the history of organized crime in America. Check it out to discover more.